let us understand the application requirements. First comes the academic records. Your academic records are the most important requirement for securing admission to a school abroad. Most schools oblige you to have a decent academic record, particularly for projects and courses related to your desired doctoral degree. Every college has its own particular least prerequisite for its projects, which are adaptable relying upon the candidate's profile. Colleges in the USA have their own stamping and assessment frameworks, which are extensively unique in relation to the Indian framework. They take after the GPA, or grade point average, framework, which depends on the 5 focuses plan, A, B, C, D, and F. It is prudent not to change over your imprints in the Indian arrangement of evaluating to the American grade point average framework or some other framework, since the transformation may not be precise. You may join an informative note from your school to demonstrate your rank in your class and/or college. The letter may likewise demonstrate your relative spot in the class and the college, alongside the number of students in the class and the number of students in the college. You may likewise give whatever other data or records that you feel may help you in the affirmation procedure. Students applying for graduate courses, MBA, MS, and so on, are required to present an official transcript, or mark sheets, from every school or college that they have gone to, with complete points of interest of the subjects or credits required for every year, and different subtle elements like correspondence courses, recognitions, and so forth. Most colleges request the transcript or mark sheets to be fixed in an envelope and marked and bore witness over the seal by the enlistment center. This technique is to be accomplished for every single school that you have gone to. A few colleges may request more than one duplicate of the transcript. On the off chance that the transcripts are in a dialect other than English, they should be translated into English just by the issuing power or college. The standardized tests. Numerous courses and universities in the U.S. oblige you to take one of the state-sanctioned tests like GRE, GMAT, alongside English proficiency tests like TOEFL, TWE, and TSE. English proficiency tests. TSE. This test is vital on the off chance that you expect to apply for a teaching assistantship, despite the fact that numerous colleges don't say it. However, it is prudent to take this test on the off chance that you are searching for a teaching assistantship. TOEFL. This test is compulsory for international students applying to a graduate course or university in the U.S. The base score requirement by most colleges for confirmation is 570, paper-based test, and 230, computer-based test. Let us take a look at the different tests required by the doctoral programs. Different fields oblige you to take certain standardized tests for admission, and there is a bare minimum score that you need to score in those tests to get admitted to those colleges. The different tests are USMLE for admission to medical colleges, GMAT for graduate course in management, LSAT for admissions to law schools, GRE for graduate courses in fields other than management. Next come the work experience details. Various expert and professional courses require pertinent work experience. Case in point, numerous MBAs or experts courses in data think about requiring no less than 2 or 3 years work experience. Most Australian colleges are really strict about this. A point-by-point resume is a vital piece of your application. It ought to incorporate all data of expert work experience alongside the points of interest like positions held, accomplishments, and scope of work. The letter of recommendation. Letters of recommendation or proposal letters have an imperative impact in your admission, particularly in courses related to the experts or doctoral degrees. A proposal letter is a marked explanation from a man who knows you well professionally or has taught you in a subject that is identified with the course you are applying to. It ought to list your positive and negative qualities and other such data. The recommender must show his position, to what extent he or she has known the candidate, and in what limit. He or she ought to quickly talk about the need, significance, and handiness of the study the candidate proposes to attempt. Instructors are generally requested that rank candidates in their letters of suggestion, which helps affirmation officers to translate the scholarly certifications of remote students. Students ought to acquire letters of recommendation, frequently on the recommended shapes sent by the organizations, from instructors who know them as a man and additionally a student. You may get a kick out of the chance to ask for your recommender to give solid cases that may demonstrate your qualities and help your case. Numerous colleges have their own configuration and inquiries that must be replied by the individual who is giving the letter of proposal for your sake. Letters which don't give enough data can endanger a hopeful's odds of determination. Undoubtedly, the letter of recommendation is important. So is the statement of purpose. The individual articles and the statement of purpose assume a vital part during the time spent assessing your application for both admission and, in addition, money-related guide, since it gives the workforce evaluating your application their most noteworthy impression of you as a person. This area is the way to recognize your application from other appropriate applicants and an opportunity to market yourself. An individual explanation to explain the reasons behind picking a specific course, the appropriateness of your training and experience for the picked course, your own advantages, and profession objectives. Some courses, like business school courses, will have their own exposition inquiries and configuration. Others may request a resume or purposes behind applying to that specific course. Financial aid. You should present a financial aid application in the event that you seek money-related help for your graduate studies in a U.S. college. Financial help for non-U.S. nationals is extremely short. The confirmation of financial backing is required by colleges to issue the archives required for visa application. In spite of the fact that it is a necessity for application, it is typically not mulled over into elements that decide confirmation. Most colleges settle on their affirmation choices without respect for the source and measure of financial backing. You would be required to submit documentation of your family's money-related assets to help schools evaluate your need. The majority of the colleges have their own particular monetary guide structure, which you would need to finish. You would likewise be required to present a bank statement explaining your monetary ability to bolster your instruction in the U.S. Some U.S. state foundations offer educational cost waivers to global students, consequently for some sort of instructive commitment. And finally, the interviews. Interviews getting regular in the U.S. admission procedure. A couple of colleges may take your meeting to know you better. The interview can be conducted with school agent or outsider delegates, staff, personnel, or graduated class of the school, or just a telephonic meeting. These meetings are normally casual and a greater amount of a chance to trade data. The questioner will attempt to judge your capacities and interests. That's all for this session. We think you're going to love this course. Now, go ahead and watch the next video to learn more.